Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we are talking about the truth about the pharmaceutical industry. Before moving ahead, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more interesting videos. So let's get started. Sebai was born in Honduras in 1933 and came to the United States, where he allegedly received ineffective treatment for asthma, diabetes, obesity, and impotency. Sebai was purportedly healed by a Mexican herbalist, prompting him to manufacture his own herbal combinations, which he sold under the name Dr. Sebai's Cell Food. In 1987, he was charged for practicing medicine without a license, but the state was unable to show that he had delivered medical diagnosis, thus, he was acquitted. Sebai was subsequently successfully sued by the state of New York for consumer fraud, and he was fined $900 and ordered to stop making disease-specific promises. He was eventually charged with money laundering in Honduras and imprisoned until his death from pneumonia in 2016. A self-described healer who attempted to wean Michael Jackson off medications has resurfaced in the media. Dr. Sebai was his chosen name, but his true name was Alfredo Bowman, and he was not a doctor. Nipsey Hussle, the man who was working on his documentary, was recently murdered, and his death, along with Sebai's, has been interpreted by some as proof that mysterious powers are attempting to keep the truth about Sebai's treatments hidden. The hidden meaning of using drug for your health to pave the path for your death. Every doctor recommends medicines to his patients, which are actually a chemical formula, and that formula harms human body slowly. None of that. Doctor recommend any herb and natural diet plan to his patient. But Dr. Sebai was a Honduran herbalist and healer who discovered that a simple diet could treat a wide range of diseases. Consider the prevalence of autoimmune disorders such as HIV and lupus. Doctors have no idea how to treat those illnesses. All that's available are drugs to help control them, which is excellent, but wouldn't it be even better if there was something you could do to completely eliminate the disease? That was Dr. Sebai's goal, and he achieved it. He explained the most frequent ailments and how to treat them, including the following. In 9 easy stages, you'll learn how to treat the most common ailments organically and cleanse your liver. Why cleaning and detoxification are essential for illness reversal, methods that have been shown to work in the past to help people quit smoking, how to deal with hair loss without spending a fortune, the most effective natural treatment for heart illness, etc. It's time for you to make a choice. Dr. Sebai was a naturalist, biochemist, pathologist, and herbalist before he passed away. He conducted study and discovered excellent herbs as well as a fantastic system for healing the human body, using alkaline diets. Many of the things you eat, according to Dr. Sebai, lead your body to manufacture dangerous acids. Certain meals and beverages, on the other hand, might alter your acid levels and make your body more alkaline. Changing your body's pH balance from acid to alkaline can aid weight loss and overall improvement. Will you continue to live your life as you have, or will you change your eating habits and repair your body? But nowadays, the chemical drug, which people use for their treatment, are not much beneficial because every drug is a chemical which has its own reaction that harm our body in another way. But most of people don't know about this fact, and they only concentrate on timely relief of pain of their illness. Side effects and cons of using constant medicines. Serious adverse effects and problems are uncommon in most cases. However, persons who are taking medications, having surgery, or getting a medical implant should be informed of the possible negative effects. Drugs can have serious adverse effects ranging from infections to death. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration can add warnings to a drug's label if there are enough complaints of a certain condition, including the drug's strict black box warning. In rare instances, a medicine is recalled or taken off the market. Following adverse conditions may happen after using constant medicines, which most of the people don't know. Death, it's a life-threatening situation. Hospitalization, disabilities and hospitalization, congenital abnormality, any condition that develops prior to conception and continues during pregnancy and may have a negative impact on the fetus or kid, requiring intervention to prevent lasting impairment or injury. Inequality, tax escape, and expensive medicines. The world's largest pharmaceutical firms are endangering the health of the world's poorest people by depriving governments of billions of dollars in taxes that could be used to invest in healthcare, and by using their power and influence to keep drug prices high. Pharmaceutical firms produce drugs that are essential for the health of millions of people, but their business methods prohibit many people from benefiting from them. According to new Oxfam data, 4 major pharmaceutical corporations, Abbott, Johnson & Johnson, Merck, and Pfizer, hide their earnings in offshore tax havens regularly. As a result, these 4 business behemoths may have cost the UK government 124 million PS every year. According to Oxfam's study, these 4 business behemoths may have evaded US taxes by $2.3 billion, 1.8 billion PS, every year, while denying other advanced economies, including the UK, $1.4 billion, 1.1 billion PS. They also appear to rob developing countries' cash-strapped governments of an estimated $112 million, 88 million PS, per year money that could be spent on immunizations, midwives, or rural clinics. Tax evasion erodes governments' ability to offer public services that are critical to people's health and well-being around the world. It limits governments' ability to combat poverty and inequality. The UK government has attempted to make it more difficult for multinational corporations to avoid paying taxes by enacting international anti-tax evasion guidelines as well as enacting its legislation. High prices and high profits. The enormous profitability of the 4 pharmaceutical corporations studied by Oxfam, as well as the extreme perks they offer their affluent shareholders and senior executives, can be explained by tax evading, high prices, and political clout. In the period 2006–2015, the 25 largest U.S. pharmaceutical corporations had global annual average profit margins of between 15 and 20%, compared to 4–9% for comparable non-pharmaceutical industries. Medicine prices, which were already exorbitant, have risen even more substantially. In 2017, Pfizer, Merck, and Johnson & Johnson increased the prices of 7 of their top-selling pharmaceuticals by double digits. Pfizer, for example, increased the price of Lyrica by more than 29% in 2017. Lyrica relieves diabetic nerve pain, has no generic competition, and produced $4.5 billion in sales for Pfizer last year. The impact of companies on medical access. Pharmaceutical corporations argue that they require extremely large revenues to invest in research and development of new medications to heal the world's ills. In truth, corporations spend far more on huge rewards to shareholders and executives. Large pharmaceutical firms spent $341.4 billion, 268 billion PS, of their $1.8 trillion, 1.4 trillion PS, in revenue on stock buybacks and dividends between 2006 and 2015, accounting for 19% of revenue. They spent just 14% of their R&D budget, or $259.4 billion, 204 billion PS, during the same period. R&D costs are also tax-deductible in 54 cases. Pharmaceutical corporations make the true cost of research and development for medications a business secret, making it impossible for buyers to judge the prices. Fairness. 55. Rather than promoting investment in goods that fulfill the largest public health requirements, the existing global R&D system incentivizes corporations to invest in medications with the highest profit potential. This is because the system is based on the WTO Agreement on Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights, which guarantees a monopoly on pharmaceuticals. How do companies affect the people? Pharmaceutical firms have a considerable lobbying presence in Brussels, where the European Commission is in charge of the trade laws that control many member states' pharmaceutical policies. Companies, for example, fight for tougher intellectual property laws in free trade agreements, FTAs, giving them more monopolistic power and the potential to hike drug prices. They also advocate for additional elements that would empower pharmaceutical corporations to challenge EU governments over access to medicines policies such as pricing controls. According to a survey of EU lobbying, pharmaceutical corporations spend €40 million, 33 million PS, each year and had 220 lobbyists in Brussels. Alex Azar, for example, is the current U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, a cabinet-level position that handles federal healthcare policy. Between 2012 and 2017, he was the CEO of the pharmaceutical corporation Eli Lilly. Robert Lighthizer, the U.S. Trade Representative, has a duty that includes pressing nations with regulations that the U.S. feels impair U.S. pharmaceutical industry earnings. He formerly worked at a legal firm that represented Pfizer, Merck, and Abbott, among others. It isn't a victimless offense. Consumers, particularly low-income communities, pay a high price for Big Pharma's large profits. Patent restrictions make it difficult for generic pharmaceuticals to reach the market, which can be costly to patients. Furthermore, regulations such as those included in the Medicare Prescription Improvement and Modernization Act prevent the federal government from negotiating lower drug pricing with pharmaceutical companies. Through the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Pact, the industry is attempting to keep its monopolistic price privileges in other nations, a move that might harm impoverished populations in developing countries. I hope you guys surely like and enjoy our video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.